Hello, welcome back to Cotswold with Kurt. So I'm just on the Cotswolds. There's an event going on today. I'm doing a 10-mile walk as part of it. They do a variety of walks as well as there's a fun day going on tomorrow as well. So I'm just at the church here, just in Stonehouse, right at the start. It follows the river down to start with, and then the canal on the way back. So I'll do a few videos going up through, and then probably more on the canal on the way back. It's just along a bit further. You can see here, in the distance there, you might be able to see the chimney. You probably can't see the bridge on this camera. There's Westfield Bridge. So you've got Westfield Lock, which is now John Robinson Lock, just behind there. The new route's going to come around the edge and follow basically the river and these trees around. It then goes through another lock down here to bring it down to the same, almost the same level as the river, and then follows and goes underneath the bridge up here, which is the motorway bridge, which I'll get to in a second. This is probably one of the bigger hurdles, is getting under the M5. So you see on this layer on here, basically they're putting the channel in by the side. Now it's not the same level as the river, so when the river floods, this section will have to close because it will flood itself. This whole area here has been redeveloped by Forest Green Rovers. A stadium's going just across the top there, and they've got the training pitches and some other bits down here, some equally stuff down here. The Westfield Lock was renamed after someone left a lot of money to the trust, which was enough to complete the lock project. So the lock's been renamed after him. So new Westfield Lock is going to be kind of the same name, but a replacement further down. Here's the bridge. The canal's going to be on the other side. It's the only way to get low enough to get under. We're just crossing under. You can see it's quite busy. You've got runners coming through, walkers. I can kind of keep pace with these ahead of me. I keep stopping and starting, so they'll be flooded at this end. So as I was saying, it's going to come under here on the other side, slightly lower down in the river. The problem you've got here is Junction 13 of the M5 went right across the line. So not only have you got to get through, there is a tunnel there, but you've got all the junction, all the slip roads, as well as the M5 itself. So this route through is actually by far the easiest. Then you're going to come up here. I think it's I can't remember if there's one or two locks up. There's a mooring basin, as well as other bits and pieces going on up there. And then you're onto the A38 roundabout. I'll turn the camera back on when we're up there. So here we are. This is the A38 roundabout, the first bridge. You've got the sorry, just got some runners. You've got the canal's going to run across here. There's going to be a lock just here into a canal basin visitor centre. I think it's going to be a cafe and stuff. So I'm going to drop down over sort of the hedge at the bottom of that field down there and join on to where I just was. This is normally closed. I've flown the drone under it on my previous missing mile video. And I'll walk this bit. So this is the first of the bridges. Like I said, this towpath's normally closed. It's quite nice to be able to actually walk down it. You see we've got a big roundabout above us. This is the A38. The line originally followed the 4174, I think it is, which goes off towards Stonehouse and Stroud. There was this Bristol Road Bridge and lock and stuff here, which has since been lost. So this was one of the major obstacles to get through when they were building the canal. It's obviously been done now, so you just got to get into the M5 and join all the bits together. So on a previous walk, I walked across this canal. I'm going to come back up around on this way on the route in a bit. But you've got the pillbox there, which is what I stuck my camera in before. This is part of a stop line that went across. It went across the country in different places, which was designed to stop a Nazi advance in World War II. You've got you've got another one just there. Look. Obviously you've got the main road here, you've got the canal, the river as well, which runs through. There's also an oil pipeline runs across here, which needs to be diverted as part of the restoration. I'll pick that up a bit later on. But that ran from the docks right up to the airfield, which is that way. Follow the M5 up, you go quite a new massive building on the side. I'm not sure which junction it is, maybe 14. There's I think it's a waste incinerator plant, but that site there used to be an airfield, which the oil pipeline ran to. So just over there is Occupation Bridge. The canal is kind of semi-restored over at that point. It runs across and eventually has to cross the River Frome, which is here. The pipeline is just here. So it was a secret project in the war. It saved a lot of tankers having to go up the Severn too far, and gave a distribution to the oil straight from the port rather than truck convoys and stuff, which also could be bombed. So that's got to be dropped underneath the bed of the canal. You can't pass under it. It's way too low. It's about the same height as here, I think, so you won't get a boat under it. What's this? Don't know what this is for. It's a turret. Little pillbox here. Can't see a lot through there. So this is the first part of the walk really where we've been by the canal, which is just here. So just behind us there, just saw the pillbox I was in. You got the River Frome. The canal's going to go into the river at that point, up to Whitminster Lock, where it branches off and then goes up towards Saul Junction. It's quite nice. When this is open, it's going to be a lovely canal to cruise down. So here we are on Stone Pits Bridge. You can see here actually just how wide this canal is. So this used to carry the Severn Trows, which were much wider than a standard canal boat, about 15 foot wide. The standard barge is about 7. We then went on further up to join to the Thames, and at Brimscombe the canal was slightly narrower, which was for the 12 foot Thames barges. So the walk took us up past St Andrew's Church in Whitminster. I didn't at all take a detour, so just on the bridge that we crossed, I was just trying to get over the puddles, completely missed the chevrons turning on your left. Went up the hill. I was thinking, this is weird. I thought there were no hills on this route. Following this 3 people walking. So they got to the top of the hill, across another big field, started walking down this lane. They got into a car and drove off. So it was at that point I realised I'd messed up. So I added about an extra half a mile on, came back down, managed to find the route. Okay, it was well signposted, it was my own fault. Anyway, came across, did some recording up at the church, at St Andrew's Church. That's a pretty nice church there. Realised I hadn't pressed record, so I missed that as well. But anyway, we're on the Gloucester and Sharpness. So this is a ship canal, runs from from Sharpness docks up to Gloucester docks. It took out the main, it took out the River Severn basically. There were some quite bad bends. This meant ships could come in at the docks and then go up here, relatively safely. You've got another pillbox just over there, part of this, another stop line. So the canal originally ran, it comes from the left here, it originally ran down and joined the River Severn further down. That section was closed when Saul Junction was opened, so you'd come down and go down to the docks and down the safer route. I've got a video on this as well, so please do look in my videos. I'll put a little link up in the top there for it. So here's the old locks, look. So the canal had to be raised slightly to join this when it was when a new canal was built. So there were locks here, and you can see gates on the other side there as well. That was to prevent the canal from stealing the water, basically. So it ran down here through to the village. There's a nice pub down there. So thank you for watching. I've split this video down. It was about half an hour long, so I've split it into 3 separate sections. Then the walk's going to carry on now on the next video up to up the Stroudwater, away from Saul Junction, and on towards Ocean. I'm not sure, it's going to be split again somewhere, but it's taken in a lot of the walk. I've done these videos before of all these sections where I've split them down into quite small sections, so this is going to be much more brief, but should kind of put it all back together for you. So yeah, please click that like and subscribe, click the bell button, and if you really want to help me out, click the super thanks button, which will give me a small donation towards running the channel. Thank you.